Motion to Spill, case number 027. Packed your bags, forgot your estate plan.
Hi, welcome to Motion to Spill. I am Megan Rogers, your friendly co-host.
Again, why can't I be the friendly one?
Because you don't say something first.
Exactly.
All right, I'll say something first next time.
Oh, okay, you can introduce. But I'm here with Sarah Young of Triad Law Group.
The friendly attorney.
your friendly local attorney.
Your friendly neighborhood attorney.
Yay. And we're here with our Summer Legal Series, episode 1.
Yes, so we're going to do a summer legal series. Right now, I've got 4 episodes planned, but if you like it, email us, send us a message on Facebook, and we might change it up and add a couple things. But today, as Tim said, is packed your bags, forgot your estate plan. So we'll get into that in a second. But first, I have a question for you, Megan. It's been a while since we've done this.
Okay.
What I really want to know is the burning question in my mind. What is your recurring nightmare?
My recurring nightmare.
Yes. Other than going on vacation, packing your bag, and forgetting your underwear.
That is not
Not a problem for you.
No.
What about Marilyn Monroe moments?
There are stores everywhere. In today's society, I could just go buy some.
Maybe.
I'm not going to be traveling anywhere that I'm not going to be able to go buy underwear. So that's not an issue for me.
Maybe Tahiti. But then who cares if you have underwear?
There's not Walmarts in Tahiti. I thought Walmarts were everywhere, including like on the moon.
I don't know. I've never been there. I've never been to the moon either, by the way. But I have no idea.
That would be a nightmare for me, the idea of going into space. Absolutely
Really?
not.
I think that'd be really cool.
No. Well, I love Earth so much. I want to stay right here.
Well, me and Katy Perry will hang out and do that together sometime.
Okay,
Since
you
so
totally
tight.
do that. Yeah. I'll wave. I'll be like, bye. See you when you get back. Bring me the
We
piece
are
of
waving
moon.
Brenda and Eddie goodbye.
So you have not answered the question.
A recurring nightmare. I mean, I guess as a mom, it's always like something would happen to my kids. Like I'm always afraid of that. You know, like especially, I have ones that drive now. So, that's always a little nerve-wracking. And so I worry about that. Or something happening to them.
Should we share my most recent freak out moment?
You absolutely should share your most recent freak out moment.
Well, now you have to. You can't just say that.
Yeah, you're locked in. You can't go, Tim, edit that out. Nope, you have to share it.
Well, I don't have to share it. I don't want to embarrass Mia.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's all right. Go ahead.
So Megan's 18-year-old daughter, Mia, has just graduated from high school. She's doing great. Going to for Sci Tech in the fall. She's actually a very responsible 18-year-old. So, like you, I a lot of my recurring dreams involve my kid or cars. Usually cars and water. Have we gotten into this before?
I don't
think you have with Tim. You've definitely gone into it with me.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot to that. It's changed over my lifetime and it's developed and changed according to what's going on in my life. And there's a lot to that. And I've done deep dives on it and it's kind of freaky. So yeah, there's a lot there. I should probably talk to somebody about that. But anyway, so Megan and her family decided to come over for dinner on Friday. And we went by the grocery store.
Wait, hold on. Did you invite them or they just decided to show up?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
The
way you said that
So
was
the way this
they decided to
conversation
go.
went was we got done moving a bunch of furniture into the new office and I looked at Sarah and I was like, okay, so what are you making me for dinner?
And I laughed. I was like, oh, haha. She's like, no, really. What's on the menu?
I love you.
So I said, well, give me a protein. And she said, fish, seafood. I said, okay, done. So we did seafood that day, right?
Yes.
That's right. Because we did, we did. Have you ever heard of Jonah crabs?
I have not.
So they had them on sale at a local grocery store. and they're only like $5 a pound, $6 a pound.
Yeah.
So I bought 2 5-pound bags of them, and I'm like, how hard could these be? I've had all these different kinds of crabs to eat, the seafood kind. let's qualify that. None of the other kind, to be clear. So
they're like Dungeness crabs.
sort of, but they're not as hairy or gross.
Okay.
And they are so like buttery, silky. It was compared to like a mini stone crab.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm reading it. Claude's telling me all about it. I'm like, all right, I can do this. So anyway, we go to Lowe's Foods. I'm sorry, a local grocery store. They have them on sale. We buy 2 5-pound bags and on the way home, right? So I live on a there are only a couple major like busy highways in Davie County where I live. And I live on one of them. And speed limit's 55 miles an hour, but people just absolutely fly. In fact, when you're sitting on my back deck listening to the rapids in the river at night, you hear people with their muscle cars racing. And so that's always in the back of my mind, like this dangerous road, people fly. And we've had people wreck in Travis's grandparents' yard, which is now what we call the farmhouse. And they've wrecked in our yard. They've taken our mailbox out because there's like a curve, and it's almost a blind curve, and people just fly over that, and they just fly off the road. So Megan turns left into my driveway, and I'm stopped waiting for a car to pass or something. I slow down, and I'm stopping, and I see Mia in the vehicle coming from the opposite direction stop in front of the farmhouse. I'm like, oh, she's going to turn in there for some reason. So no, she stops dead hard stop, 0 miles per hour in the middle of the road. And I'm like, what is she doing? All of a sudden I see the back doors open, and Sloan and Megan's 8-year-old both get out of the vehicle in the road and then run across the farmhouse front yard, and then
they're racing each other to the house,
which is probably like 200 yards because I live pretty far off the road. And I'm like, oh my God, my kid's going to die. Oh, they're all going to die. Because, I have seen things and I've heard things, and there have been so many people that have wrecked right there. And so I'm just like panicking. It's like this moment of you're just watching this in slow motion, knowing you can't do a thing about it. And so I go ahead and I turn down the driveway. I'm watching the kids run. They're obviously safe. They're in the yard. They're in like the side yard where Travis plants things that the bees like red clover and things. Anyway, they're running right through it. They're frolicking in the forest, whatever, in the field. And and they're fine. They have no idea. They have not a care in the world. And meanwhile, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. I get all clammy and sweaty. I start like shaking like crazy uncontrollably. And by the time I pull into my garage, I'm just like sit there and like I'm gripping the steering wheel with a death grip. So I get out of the car. I talk to Mia. First of all, Megan's on the phone, and I opened her car door and I'm like, get out and back me up on this. She said, yes, ma'am. So she gets out. She's like, what the hell? So she gets out, and I'm like, and I opened Mia's car door, and I said, Mia, this is a very busy road. Don't you ever stop dead in the road on a highway, especially if there's a 55-mile-an-hour road, and let a child or two out of the back seat. Don't ever just pull into the driveway. Don't ever stop in the middle of the road, because someone could have like come up behind you. They can't see. It's a blind turn, and they just slam into the back of you. I didn't even know that Megan's 12-year-old was in the car. I could have killed all 4 of them. Anyway, I've seen some things. So that is like one of my nightmares, is that there's like a car accident happening and you're watching it, but you're helpless about it and you can't do a damn thing about it. So, that was one of my most recent freak out moments. And I felt bad because she could tell I was like crying at this, as I'm telling her, like with urgency, and she can see me shaking, and she's like, I'm so sorry. And like, I was just like so freaked out, and I calmed down. Yeah. And then I went back later and I said, Mia, I just want you to know I'm not upset with you. I just really need to stress the severity of the situation, because I love you and I love your siblings, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. And she gives me a hug and she's fine. But that was my most recent freak out moment, because it was directly tied to one of my recurring nightmares. Now, usually I'm in the car, but sometimes like other people in the car, and I'm watching, I can't do a damn thing about it. But anyway, happy summer, everybody. Happy travels.
Enjoy that. Don't stop on a highway and just put your flashers on.
Yeah, well, don't stop in the middle of a highway like that unless it's
For good reason.
long straight stretch and you can see both directions.
Yeah, like Route 66.
Yeah.
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 So,
I can't tell you the last time I had a nightmare.
really?
Yeah, not since I was a child.
You must not be wrought with anxiety.
My anxiety is usually all on me, and I bring it upon myself, and I don't. Once I'm asleep,
It's very self-aware. I
once
appreciate
once
that.
I'm asleep, I usually don't. I have good dreams usually if I remember them at all.
Well, I have several because I think my mind is always turning. I always have a lot of tabs open in my internal browser. So I'm always like running things in the back of my head. And, law school teaches you to be very paranoid about a lot of things. So anyway, and I've seen some things in my practice. So good, bad, or ugly. And I was an insurance adjuster. I did car wrecks. Anyway, long story short, we're good. Mia's good. Everybody's safe. We should have like a dream expert on.
Yeah, because I have a question about dreams. When you have them and you remember them, did it happen as like like you dreamt for like 20 minutes or so? Or did your brain talk you into you had this story play in your head?
Sometimes both. And sometimes it's this long drawn out thing. And I wake up. See, this is why I don't take naps.
No. I understand what you perceive as happening, but did the dream really take that long in your head? Or does your brain tell you that it took that long in your head and really it was only about 2 minutes worth of activity?
Sometimes both, because I have sleep issues. And I don't take naps because a lot of times when I take naps, once I get into that place, is it REM cycle or something where you actually dream? Mm-hmm. It can be like a 2-minute dream. And I wake up in a cold sweat and I'm freaking out. I have this like falling sensation. I wake up. And sometimes it's been 2 minutes. Sometimes it's been 20 minutes. Sometimes it's been 2 hours. I don't know. So it's weird how your brain does that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
The mind is a wondrous thing all around.
Yes, it is. Okay, Megan, do you have any questions for me?
Let's see. This should be good. I need to set this up. You don't get these opportunities very often to ask you
Just put me on the spot.
whatever I want. Yeah. I mean,
we'll get back to the content of the episode in a little bit, but I thought, we haven't done this in a while, so. And my question, at least, tied back to travel, sort of.
okay. So, which words or phrases do you most overuse?
It depends.
Absolutely, it depends. Yes. I say that all the time. It drives everyone around me nuts. But you know what? It's true. It does depend. So situation dependent. So situational. And I mean, Amanda and I talked about that on the podcast a few episodes ago about that. But that's the way law school is. Or that's, being a lawyer makes you think about things in different ways. But what phrase would you say? I know what I'm going to answer for you. But what would you say I say a lot or overuse?
I mean, definitely it depends. It is appropriate that you use it, but it is frustrating when I just want an answer.
And I say maybe a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of phrases that you specifically use in conversation.
Okay. All right. I'll take that as an answer. So what phrases would you say?
Well, I have my couple that I use all the time because they're just so appropriate.
Yeah, you do have one in particular that's my fave. But which ones would you say?
Probably it's your lie, tell it how you want to.
That's one of them. And then the other is?
I can't take credit for it. It's actually Maya Angelou. But when you showed me who you are, it's okay. I'll believe you the first time. She words it a little different, but that's my version of it.
I love Maya Angelou. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's my favorite one that you say all the time.
Mine is why. What I mean by that is not like a 4-year-old. Some people come in here all the time and they're like, well, I don't think I could do a podcast. Why? I don't think I could stand in front of a crowd and say anything. Why? It's all mindset.
That is true.
Let's just talk it out. And there's ways of getting around all that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, why?
Yeah, I'm always amazed when people say stuff like that because I'm like, I think you think other people think about you way more than they actually do.
I can't. When people come in here and they always say, "Well, I can't stand the way I sound," whenever they hear themselves in the headphones, and I'm like, what you hear is different than what we always hear. Like what you hear, Sarah, in your headphones is exactly what Megan and I hear when you're talking without the microphone. And same thing with you and same thing with me. But I have grown to know what my voice sounds like, and I love it. So
I love your voice too.
Thank you. But there's always ways around that. Again, it's always mind over matter when it comes to most things. Now, some things are just the way they are, and you can't help that. But my biggest question usually is, why?
That's a good question we should always ask ourselves, I think, whenever we're coming up against an obstacle and our knee-jerk reaction is, oh, I can't do that. Or that's never going to work. Mm-hmm. Well, why?
3/4 of the word can't is can.
Correct. It's that 25% mindset that,
Yep.
Anyway, do you have any questions for us, Tim?
What would be the worst ingredients to fill a burrito with?
Oh, mango for me.
Mango? You don't like mango?
She is
very
allergic to it.
Now, so tacos, burritos, there are different varieties. You can put anything in it. It's what you pair it with. So it's more like a combination of ingredients. Mm-hmm. So like shrimp and peanut butter. Well, no, because Thai.
Yep.
I have to think about that one. So for now, pass. Megan?
Things I don't like.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, there are certain foods that I don't care for, but other people love them. So
Example?
You just put me on the spot, and I can't even think of what I don't like.
Because that's my answer, and I can tell you what I don't
Spaghetti.
like. Why?
Yeah.
A spaghetti taco sounds with a spaghetti and meat sauce taco sounds disgusting.
Does it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I love sloppy joes.
So do you not eat Hot Pockets?
Not if I can help it. Hot Pocket. No, I don't want to scald the roof of my mouth.
No.
If I can help it.
So I don't eat them either because they're loaded with sodium. But I could totally see a baked like a burrito or something baked with spaghetti and meat sauce inside of it.
There are so many better options in the world.
But if you want a taco and you want spaghetti with meat sauce.
See, that would be the thing. I would never, ever want spaghetti and meat sauce.
Me neither.
That is never going to happen.
Once,
you don't like spaghetti and meat sauce?
No, I do not.
I don't either.
How are we friends?
It comes from having to eat it a lot.
Yes. 1 to 2 times per week, every week growing up. Probably because it was cheap and easy. But no. And I ate it a lot before I got more creative with ingredients. But
yeah, there are lots of things that you could have that are better than that.
okay.
So yeah, no, don't really.
To your point, though, that's basically kind of what a stromboli is without the pasta. Mm-hmm. And I love strombolis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you can get stromboli like that, too.
Oh, really?
You can get anything you want in a stromboli if you go to the right stromboli place.
That is true. We're at the right Hot Pocket place, I guess.
Hot Pocket.
It's diarrhea pocket.
It's called the shit out of your mouth pocket. Yeah, so don't put asparagus on anything of mine, burrito or otherwise.
I can't imagine that in a taco. Hard, crunchy, soft, nothing with asparagus if it's a taco.
I can't imagine asparagus with anything.
You know, it's not my favorite. My husband really likes it. I tolerate
My
it.
wife likes it. Yeah. How do you
it
feel
has to
about
be done well.
asparagus?
Well, I don't like adore it. It's not something that I'm going to go and order.
Like,
but
ooh, let's get asparagus.
Yeah, no. I feel that way about Brussels sprouts. Like,
And
I'm like, oh
artichokes.
yeah. And artichokes. Love them. Would order them anytime. But I'm never going to like specifically order asparagus. But if it's served, I can only eat a little bit of it or it makes me sick. Because it's very difficult to digest. Mm-hmm. Just like I can't eat much celery for the same reason. It's not that I dislike celery. It just will make me sick.
Mm.
So, if we were to throw, and tell me if this is a deal breaker for you, I think I know the answer. So, the actual question was what you could put in a taco would be gross.
What's the worst ingredients you could put in a burrito?
Okay, so let's combine it. So, we got asparagus, spaghetti and meat sauce, celery, mango. Mix that together.
That would be disgusting.
It would.
That sounds gross. Okay.
It's a crap burrito. A burrito with all that crap in it.
Garbage disposal burrito.
Yeah.
That sounds like chicken food to me.
It's like
Yes.
almost a literal kitchen sink because it's stuff you would get out of the garbage disposal. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ew. All right. Enough of that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. So, one note. We're recording this episode right now that you're listening to on June 2nd, 2026, game 1 of the Stanley Cup final. So it's Carolina Hurricanes versus the Vegas Golden Knights. And Tim, are you a hockey fan?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever watched the Vegas Golden Knights opening show? Like the theatrical production that is their pregame?
I have not.
Okay. You got to tune in because I, of course, like the Carolina Hurricanes, but the Vegas Golden Knights are my favorite team because it's like this whole theatrical production because it's so Vegas. Lots of lights, lots of like smoke.
But that won't happen until game 3.
Oh.
Because game 1 is in Raleigh.
Well, darn. Well, anyway, I black and gold is Vegas Golden Knights, so it's also another reason. But I'm going to pull for the Carolina Hurricanes because they're the home team. Since we're in North Carolina.
Root for the home team.
That. So anyway.
If they don't win, it's a shame.
Which team are you pulling for and which team do you think will actually win?
Canes all the way.
Okay.
That is my favorite.
They're looking pretty good this year.
That's the only North Carolina-based team that I pull for.
Well, you got the Panthers.
I'm a Steelers fan.
And then what other? Oh, the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Which,
I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan. So.
Okay. Other than that, it's pretty much minor league stuff and colleges.
Yep.
So pro teams, it's hard in the state.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pull for Salem City FC and Carolina Disco Turkeys.
Oh, that's like one of the best.
Because I'm the on-field host for the Disco Turkeys and I'm the PA announcer for the Salem City FC. So listen, I'm pulling for them, of course. I want them to win.
Salem City, that's Chris Hales, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Barnhart. Chris Barnhart and Chris Hales.
Oh, I've never met the other Chris. But
And they have minority partners too.
oh, okay. I've met Chris Hales at some things, and we sponsored Salem City last year when they were at the Fusion Stadium where my daughter plays. But anyway.
They're at Reynolds now.
Okay. I knew they had moved. I just wasn't sure what they went. All right. So,
Go Canes.
yes, go Canes. So I want to just say one thing. Rod Bryant Armour was the captain the last time we won the Stanley Cup. He's now the coach. If that's not legal precedent, I don't know what is. So hashtag motion to spill, hashtag let's go Canes. And that's all I'm going to say about the Hurricanes. Okay.
So I'm the boring one that's like, I don't care.
Yeah, no, she's just like very silent. She's like, whatever.
I have no opinion, so
Okay.
I'm going to let you guys rock it out here with your Kane's love, you know?
Yep.
Come on, you bunch of jerks. Was it what they were?
What?
Their last year, the year before, they took on the moniker a bunch of jerks because I forget why. No.
Well, I don't know that one, but I do love watching the games when they're home games in Raleigh, because the Raleigh crowd, they know their sports music. And so pretty much anything, like, of course, Sweet Caroline. And then pretty much any Journey song comes on, the crowd's going to sing it, several verses of it. I just love to listen to the crowd sing. It's just fun. Okay.
So back to kicking off our summer legal series. So Sarah has planned 4 episodes for you.
So far.
Yeah, so far. And so, you know what's fun about this, Tim, is it's the stuff that comes up when you're trying to have a good time. And then life gets complicated, because that's what life does. So we're starting with the beach house.
Okay.
I don't have a beach house, but I love
Nor
that
do
journey
I.
for someone.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I
It
just
could
don't have
be
one.
you're renting one, Airbnb or whatever. So, show of metaphorical hands here. Who has a family beach house or a mountain cabin, or knows somebody whose parents have a place in Florida that everybody goes to, but nobody has thought through what happens to it when their parents die?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
That's I was like, probably not.
Okay, so today, we're talking about what happens to property that crosses state lines when somebody dies, specifically why the beach house in South Carolina that grandma bought in 1987 might now require 2 simultaneous court proceedings in 2 different states, and what families can do right now to prevent that.
So before we do that, Sarah, what's your summer go-to spot?
Honestly, I'm going to sound really weird. This is very polarizing. I don't like to go on vacation in the summer. I just don't.
I don't either. I really like winter vacations because I want to go somewhere warm and sunny
Yes.
when it's yucky outside. But I have my family thing at Lake Norman every year. So the last week of July, my whole family gets together and we live together again in my parents' house on Lake Norman. And
What could possibly go wrong? You bring in in-laws, siblings. That sounds great.
well, I mean, mine is crazy because remember, I have 8 children, which Monica she's a homebody. She doesn't like to be away. She'll come up and visit, but she won't stay.
Do the 2 stepkids ever make an appearance?
Yes, they do.
Wow.
And then, Michelle brings her husband. And then, as we've talked about on previous episodes, my brother passed away. And that's why we have this get together to reconnect as a family. But his fiance and daughter come, and his fiance is, of course, this was, he passed away 15 years ago. So she is remarried and she brings her mother. And then my grandmother sometimes comes, and my brother and his wife and his kids. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people.
I would love to be a fly on the wall, but I would never get invited because I'm not family.
Oh, yeah. And my parents are very serious about that. There are no guests allowed. It is family only, kind of. So.
Well, I do have always the same week/weekend, my family reunion in Ohio, which I don't even consider a vacation because it's just family. I love going to the Lake Erie in Ohio. It's the same. I haven't been able to go the last few years, but I'm hoping to be able to go this year. Anyway, okay. So let's set the scene. We have the Hendersons, classic North Carolina family. They live in Winston-Salem. They have an Outer Banks rental house that they've had for 20 years. And mom and dad also bought a condo at Hilton Head in South Carolina about 10 years ago because they decided they deserved it. They have 3 adult kids. Parents are getting older. Nobody's talked about what happens when they die because that's awkward. Sound familiar?
That is pretty much
Every episode we do.
Yes,
every
family.
every middle class family in North Carolina. There you go.
But here's the twist, because I don't think we've actually talked about this yet on the podcast. So it's every family. But here's the thing. The Hendersons did everything right in the sense that they have wills. They have legal wills. But their estate plan has a huge gap in it, and they don't even know it. So
What is the problem, Sarah? Tell me more.
Hoping you would ask me that. So in North Carolina, if you're domiciled or a resident of North Carolina, where is your estate?
North Carolina.
Right. It's in North Carolina, in the county that you're domiciled in. Now, that's not a problem for selling a North Carolina beach house in like Outer Banks. You know, you just have your probate here or wherever your domicile is. But what about the South Carolina condo?
Because surprise, surprise, Tim, guess what North Carolina has no jurisdiction over?
South Carolina.
That would be correct. Ding, ding, ding. He wins the prize.
So not only are you doing a full, so let's say mom and dad have a house here and it's covered in the will, but the kids want to sell. So no problem, right? You open an estate within 2 years of death, you have to do a full estate administration. And when the last of the parents die and all the kids and their spouses sign, good to go. But in South Carolina, so you're doing a full estate administration here, which sounds simple, but could take years.
Yeah, it just depends on how well they planned.
Yep. And then
Call your attorney.
Right. And then in South Carolina, you have to do another administration. It's called ancillary administration to sell the condo or even to transfer title out of the parents' name into the kids' names. You have to do an ancillary administration in South Carolina as well.
And guess what that involves, Tim?
A whole other lawyer.
Money. Yes.
Well, it is going to require another lawyer and a judge.
Oh.
Yeah, just to get ancillary administration, you have to have this wonderful thing, which I love to hear all the different ways that people pronounce it. It's really fun.
What word are you thinking of? Exemplified copies?
Yes.
Oh.
They're like, I need exemplary copies. I'm like,
example copies.
yeah, all kinds of ways. And I'm like,
exemption copies.
yeah, I'm like,
Existential copies.
yeah, all those words.
Extraordinary.
And basically, it just means that there is an actual Superior Court judge, at least in North Carolina, that puts their seal. It's like this really pretty gold seal on it. And then it has to be shipped down to whatever state it's going to. We handle ancillary administrations for property owners that hold property in North Carolina but are domiciled in other states. We do those too.
But but you know what happens when you do that? It takes time and the almighty dollar.
Absolutely.
And some people who think they just need a basic will, quote unquote, whatever that means, don't have that clause in it for the executor to do it. So you could make it easier or harder.
Yeah, so you have basically two court files, one in North, one in South. They're handled completely differently because South Carolina, surprise, does not do things the way North Carolina does. They have their own set of rules.
And they don't care what North Carolina says or does.
They don't. So how long does it take? So it depends, right?
There's that phrase again.
Yep. You're looking at months of additional delay, additional attorney fees in a state where you probably don't even have a relationship with anybody or want one.
Yeah.
Unless you got a speeding ticket as you're passing through.
And they may not handle that type of law.
I was passing through Gaffney and I got me a ticket
Yep, that's right.
because it is a speed trap.
So this is where it gets spicy.
Ooh, spicy.
Ooh, look, I love it when she makes it sound exciting.
Yeah.
It's really not that sexy. So
Bummer.
So the Hendersons have a North Carolina house, the Outer Beach house, and a Hilton Head condo. So there's already 2 probate cases. Does it get worse?
I'm going to guess yes.
Oh, it can always get worse. So let's say they did the ancillary administration, but oops, they did it in the wrong. What if Hilton Head condo was in a different county than where they accidentally filed the exemplified copies? What if dad also had a timeshare in Florida that he forgot to mention? I hate timeshares.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are their own very special nightmare. Talking about recurring nightmares. What if there's a boat slip at the marina in Virginia? Also property that has a deed tied to it. What if the mountain cabin is actually technically in Tennessee because the property line is weird with North Carolina? So,
see how all of this can get so much more complicated.
yeah, so every state with a piece of real estate is another court case, another probate file. So it's all its own ancillary proceeding. We actually have...
So guess how many exemplified copies you would need for that?
23.
And each one costs money, each one takes time, and then each one has its own bear to deal with.
Yes, so... You're
So you
Why
want to know
even
how you
own-
can make it simple, Tim?
Don't buy anything.
No, that's not the answer.
No,
No.
you buy the things, you just get a trust.
Exactly. So this is why you should always talk to an estate attorney, preferably an estate planning attorney that has done estate administration and knows the downstream effects of what happens when you just do a basic will, when there's property out of state. So if all the real estate went into a trust, it removes the need for ancillary administrations to sell the properties. So yes.
And guess what? That trust will probably cost you less than all of that time and heartache. And remember when she said that all the kids, so let's say they have 4 kids and all 4 kids have spouses, that's 8 people that you have to get together every single time you deal with every single state.
And they all have
property.
to agree.
Everyone, even if, you know, John Jr.'s wife, Susie, is like, well, that's just not fair because we did all this stuff down there. We're the only ones that spent time down there, so we deserve to get more.
Or I don't think that's a fair price.
So now, boom, it
Doesn't matter.
comes to a screeching halt.
Absolutely.
But guess what?
Because it's like a package deal at that point, yeah?
Right. And that's it because you
Everybody
just did it.
signs everything and their spouses.
And so that's even if you did the will and you did allow for ancillary administration, you still have all those people.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's still, it's not just something you can fix in a will, because that's what some people don't get, is that even if you have a will, you still have to probate that will, and probate still has to happen. It's just whatever goes into the estate is what you have to deal with. And so if you put the property into a trust, whether it be a revocable trust, irrevocable trust, or otherwise, we talked a little bit about that a few weeks ago. It takes it out of the estate. So it takes it out of the probate or court's purview. And it's just handled according to the trust document. So you can have your favorite child be the trustee. You could have your best friend be the trustee, or a neutral third party. It doesn't matter, but only the trustee has to sign things, and the trustee makes the decisions. And yeah, they have to, depending on how the trust is written, get input from the beneficiaries, but all the beneficiaries do not have to sign.
And definitely the spouses. The spouses are out.
Yeah, thank goodness. Because what we've seen over and over again, it's not necessarily the kids and their interactions with each other. It's somebody's spouse that throws a wrench in it. So
you could be really kind to your family and pay a few $1,000s and get a trust and have all this taken care of. Or you could just pass off the couple $1,000 bill to your mourning children and their spouses. That sounds like a great gift. That's just the love.
yeah, so the trust costs money up front to set up, but you're going to save a couple $1,000, if not more, on the back end to
So if
save
somebody
your
did a
family from
trust
all
today,
this.
you're going to deal with a couple $1,000s. Let's say you live another 20 years. What's the cost of inflation? What's court cost going to be then? What's attorney fees going to be then? I mean, it's just obviously it's cheaper to pay it
Plus,
at today's prices.
If you sell it, the closing costs for the closing attorney or a title company, depending on the state. So yeah, I mean, you're saving yourself a lot in the long run.
But guess what, Tim?
What?
There's more. There's cavats. Are you ready for that?
Did you just say cavat?
Yeah, because my favorite thing to do is mispronounce words because it makes her head explode. Like if you say testamentary, The amount of I started saying it like that to her because I would watch
can't look at you right
when
now.
clients would say it to her. They're like, "I need my letters a testamentary," and she would and like her eye twitches like real. You barely see it, but if you know her, you know to look for it. I just wait to watch her face, and of course she corrects them in a very kind way and gets them their letters. But it's always funny. So now my favorite, I need my Saul Joyce. So if I say a word specifically wrong, it makes her head explode, and I get small joy.
So what is testamentary? What is that?
What is that?
I think that's something that happens in a church. But what they're actually asking for, I've also had somebody ask for their lessons of testimonial. That took me a while to unpack. I'm sorry, sir. Do you mean letters testamentary?
That's what I said, right?
My lessons testimonial. Yeah, that's it.
And they always look like they're really proud of themselves because they're speaking our legal lingo.
Yeah.
And I smile with grace. So letter testamentary, 10-second highlight. So somebody has a will, they name you as executor. To actually do your executor duties and things, you need something from the court saying you have authority to sell the car or close the bank account. And that is called a letter testamentary. If there's no will, it's a letter of administration.
Okay.
Because you're appointed as the administrator, not the executor. Okay. Now, there are some workarounds in some states. We won't go into it too much, but I did do a little research since we mentioned Tennessee. So going back to the cabin in Tennessee on the border. So some states have what's called a transfer on death deed, which is kind of like a life insurance policy.
Todd.
Yeah, you own the policy, you pay the premium, you're responsible for taxes, maintenance, insurance, upkeep on this real estate, and you do a deed saying that when I die, it goes to these people. And then when you die, it goes to them, outside of probate. Some states have that. Tennessee does not. So, we had a few weeks ago that came to us and said that they just wanted one of those types of deeds, and it's called something different in North Carolina. It works a little bit different in North Carolina, but it has a similar effect. And it also has some estate planning, like long-term care, elder law benefits, but we won't get into that this episode. But some states like Florida do allow them. And so it's one of the easiest ways to avoid probate. But also, if you just don't want to pony up for the trust, that's one way around it. However, I'm not a big fan of those other than for your primary residence, because you still have the problem of the heirs. So let's say you name all 4 kids on the grantee side of the transfer on death deed, and then they all got to agree. And if it's a marital property estate, then their spouses have to agree too. So you still have the same problem. You just get to skip probate. Anyway, so that is one option. So if you have one child.
So another caveat.
Stop.
Okay, maybe
Caveats.
maybe only one more time. I know. That's what makes it so much better.
I need to pause for a sip of my electrolyte beverage.
Since the Hendersons had a rental property in the state of North Carolina,
rental. Mm-hmm.
You would have recommended, if they had come in to chat with you, that in order to insulate them, that it go into an LLC.
Insulate them from what, may I ask?
I'm not an attorney. I can't answer that.
It depends. That's the caveat of all of it.
Oh my goodness, my head's about to explode.
See how much fun it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what gets the Sarah Young all torn up.
Liability insulation. My ceiling fan example is what I always give. So you've got this vacation rental, even if it is in North Carolina, you've got a vacation rental in Boone, like a little ski lodge or a ski chalet. Chalet. You got you a ski chalet.
Look, we're winning her over to our game.
Come over to the odd side.
Exactly. Join us, less desirables.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you let your Aunt Linda's friends go stay from church, go stay in it over the weekend, or they're going to have a little ladies retreat at the chalet. chalet. And a ceiling fan falls on one of them. Who are they going to sue?
The owner.
The owner. And if that's in you individually, then that's you. So you're like, all right, well, I need to file a claim on my homeowner's insurance. Well, problem is that's a commercial use because your Airbnb is not your personal residence. It's not even a secondary residence anymore because you're collecting rent and you're treating it.
If you're just loaning it out, does that still count that way?
It's situation specific.
Yeah, that is not a simple answer.
No.
A whole different cavat.
No. So, yes. So, hang on a second. So, sorry, my mind just went blank. Anyway, it's been a week.
We
already.
messed her up. We did too many weird words.
Yes, my hard drive is shutting down right now. So it's the blue screen.
The
of
RAM
death.
has shown up.
It's the spinning wheel has stopped spinning and now it's just gray.
Yeah, it's just the spinning wheel of death has died. So to bring you back,
Yes.
when people put their property into an LLC
Got it, yes.
to protect them from the ceiling fan murders.
Tragedy. It's a travesty.
It is a travesty.
He's gonna love
Love
this.
you, Travis. Then the LLC interest passes.
Yes, well, it depends, but on how it's set up. But you get the liability insulation from being sued personally. The LLC would be sued, and so you would have a different type of insurance that would cover and back you on that.
But they could not touch.
Your personal assets, if it's set up correctly, you have no commingling of funds. They cannot pierce the corporate veil.
So if you do it right, then they can't take your
house,
your IRA, every single thing that you own.
Yes. So very important to talk to an attorney if you've got a vacation rental or a rental property that you let your cousins and them.
I can go on
stay
the
in.
legal Zoom.
Don't get me started on that.
I know.
It's a conversation for another day. But the biggest problem with LegalZoom is there's no one size fits all. So you're missing the whole advisory part of it.
But I can click through it, ask me questions. And I paid a lot of money. And those people are attorneys. I've listened to this argument before, in case you haven't heard. Why do you I really hate
I
that
can
people-
record my own podcast.
You certainly can, but it won't be Tim Beeman's.
Right. And I can go on LegalZoom and get my own just stuff real quick and fast and in a hurry. But then what do you get? Real fist quack.
Well,
What's awesome is we had
So
a
it's not.
client of the firm who made that mistake because they were like, oh, well, it's just a simple LLC. I'll just file it. It'll be fine. Well, they got sued. And guess what happened? LegalZoom's like, hey, for a fee, we'll be your registered agent. And so that means that when you get sued, that's who gets served. Well, guess how long you typically have to answer when you get sued?
30 days?
That's correct. Guess how long it takes for LegalZoom to let you know?
100 days?
About. The client already had a judgment against them before they ever even knew they were being sued.
Yeah.
The horror story.
Okay. So let's clear up some You've got me doing it now.
Let's get this straight.
Misconceptions. Not everything requires an ancillary administration or ancillary probate. So, bank accounts. Let's say you moved here from Ohio and you had a bank account in an Ohio credit union that's only in Ohio. Do you have to have an ancillary administration for that?
Attorney Sarah Young has told me that no, you do not.
Now, I can't speak for other states, all of them, but if the estate is in North Carolina, bank account is elsewhere, no, you don't, because it's not real property. Real property is the key here.
What about vehicles?
Vehicles, that's tricky.
It depends.
Does depend. But it's governed by the state where it's titled. And so Usually, no. I've never had to do an ancillary administration for transferring title for an out-of-state vehicle, but sometimes you do.
So it depends on the state?
Yeah, it depends on the state. Now,
what about Mama's jewelry and her Princess House collection in that house?
Princess House collection. No, do not do an ancillary administration for the Princess House collection or the Tupperware.
Home interiors.
And your favorite? This is her favorite, Tim. Watch your face. Just wait for the eye twitch. Timeshares.
You know what? They deserve their own episode. We're going to cover that in another episode because that's a whole other situation.
You're not a fan, I take it,
No.
of any timeshare type of thing.
No, I mean, I've stayed in timeshares, but I'm not a fan of owning a timeshare unless it's owned by an LLC because they are a nightmare to get rid of if you own them individually.
Yep.
I had an estate that I handled back before I even started my firm. And I was at another firm and I brought that case. That was one of the few cases I brought with me because it had to stay open because it took us years to fight with the timeshare company. Anyway, it's no, just no.
Okay, so let's give our listeners a list. What should they do when they're packing for their car for the beach? Before they do that, what should they do?
So it's funny, a little off topic, but I used to ride around with my estate planning documents under the seat of my car. Have I told you about this?
You have not.
Okay. So I have my durable power of attorney. I had all the things, my healthcare power of attorney, my living will, my HIPAA, and my last will and testament. I had copies of everything, including the last will and testament, and I would just keep those under my seat just in case. But I mean,
Get murdered in the hotel room. Well, there's the will. Good luck, Travis.
No, I didn't keep the original there. But no, it was because I handled car wrecks before I went to law school. So with injuries. So I always have this like nightmare scenario that you're like traveling and you get in this wreck. But in reality, Travis, the firefighter, has informed me, well, if it's a bad wreck and we have to cut you out of the car, they're not going to find those documents. And if they do, they will be mutilated and destroyed. So completely ineffective. So I would not recommend putting your documents. Do not ever put the original documents. That's not a safe place to store them under the seat of your car. Like, the track where you move it up and back. I just like right in between there. No, don't do that. So we have a case management software where we can scan those documents and give portal access to our clients so that they don't have to carry those documents with them. But if they need them, let's say you are traveling to Florida and you need your healthcare power of attorney, you just log into the app on your phone or from a computer, you just download it and then you would just either print it out or share it with whoever needs it. But always big fan of the family inventory. Keep it in your safe, give it to your attorney for your file. Make a list of every piece of real estate your family owns, including the state it's in. That's number one. Check whether your existing estate plan, whether it be a will or a trust or whatever you have, actually addresses out-of-state properties by name. We had that come up recently where it said it was a second marriage and the husband left to his second wife all the property I own in Virginia. Well, some of it had the ex-wife's name on it. Did that include that? Some of it didn't. Anyway, it was kind of a mess. But if you have a will but no trust, call an estate planning attorney in your jurisdiction and ask specifically, do I need a trust to avoid ancillary probate on property in blank state? Okay. So next, if your parents own property in another state and you've never had this conversation with them, now is the time because more than likely, who will be inheriting that property? The kids. So have a conversation now, not when they're gone. And then don't have a vacation and come back thinking you've handled it. Make the appointment. So say, oh, we're good. Nothing happened. Roll. Let's roll. Let's roll on with our lives. So, go Canes, but you can absolutely root for the Canes tonight and call your estate attorney. That full action, that's the full action plan. So root for the Canes, call your estate planning attorney, make sure you're covered.
All right, so pack your bags. But don't forget your estate plan. Don't be the Hendersons. Please don't be the Hendersons.
That's right. So a little sneak peek. So we're going to talk about more in depth, short-term rental liability. So Airbnbs and verbos, homeowners insurance gaps, things like that. And then I wish we could have Amanda back on for this, but what happened? Divorce and at the beach. So what happens to jointly owned vacation property in a divorce? Then you have buyouts, forced sales. And then the timeshare episode gets its own nightmare scenario.
Oh, that'll be fun. Every time I hear the word timeshare, I cringe because I know it's going to mean a lot of work.
Yeah.
and not fun work, because there isn't like, do XYZ and this will be your outcome, because everyone's different.
That's right. So as you're planning your vacation, just enjoy your time with your family, but make sure you get your estate plan done. And I think on that note, we'll just sign off on this episode.
All right, come back for the next episode in our summer legal series.
That's right. Quick reminder, while I am a lawyer, I may not be your lawyer. This podcast is designed to educate and entertain, not to provide legal advice for your personal situation. Every legal issue is unique, and good legal advice requires knowing all the specifics of your case, which I don't have from a podcast. If you need legal help with a legal matter, please consult with a qualified attorney in your jurisdiction who can give you personalized guidance. Thanks for listening, and remember, no attorney-client relationship is created by tuning in.
This is Motion to Spill. All rights are reserved. So this podcast is ours, not yours. We made it, we own it, and we copyrighted it. So don't steal our stuff, don't copy it, share it commercially, or don't try to pass it off as your own genius. If you want to use our content for something, just ask us, like a normal person. We might say yes, and we might say no, but at least you won't be breaking the law. Seriously though, unauthorized use of this content can get you in legal trouble, and no one wants that kind of drama. And I mean, come on, she's an attorney. Don't mess with her.